Yeah, this is the fourth time over the last 6 competitions that China has staged the Sudirman Cup, as our women's doubles players come on to court. The Korean pair of Jung Na, the left-hander, and Kyung up against another left-handed and right-handed combination of Vivian and WOON. There, WOON, the left-hander. Malaysians, the Commonwealth Games gold medalists from last year, Asian Games bronze medalists. And they're up against this Korean pair that is relatively new. In fact, they formed their partnership in 2011, played just 2 tournaments that year, and then reformed their partnership at the All England Championships in March earlier this year. Reached the final of the Malaysian Premier Super Series, so the Koreans really have made their mark already in world terms. So, if I've heard correctly there, Jung Na will serve. I guess one pair must have chosen ends, Steen, because they've moved their bags. Yeah. And I know we've discussed it before, I don't know why players don't always choose ends, because you can score points. Since 2006, when the scoring was changed to whoever is serving, you can score a point. That didn't used to be the case. So, as far as Korea is concerned, this is absolutely vital. The number 2 seeds are 2-1 down in the overall tie, and Jung Na and Kyung must win this to keep the tie alive. Of course, there's always a second chance within a group stage because everybody has to play everybody else, but they certainly would take a huge blow if they were to lose against Malaysia. There is Kyung, 25 years of age. Had a wonderful women's doubles partnership previously with Kim Ha-na, who we will be seeing in the mixed doubles. And this lady, the left-hander, also 25, and of course she was in a partnership with Khei. They reached the final of the World Championships in Guangzhou 2 years ago, so the silver medalist from those World Championships. As I say, reached the final of the Malaysian Super Series. There is WOON, 26 years of age. They're enjoying their second week at a career high of number 11 in the world ranking. She was born in Selangor. Vivian was born in Kuala Lumpur, only turned 25 last month. So they've been playing together for some long time, the Malaysian pair. This is their 6th year together. As I say, bronze medal from the Asian Games, a gold medal from the Commonwealth Games. And of course they won a gold medal at the Southeast Asian Games of 2013. Do you know if they've been selected for the Southeast Asian Games next month, Steen, or are they going to give that a miss?
I can't remember. I've seen the selection, but
yeah.
I can't remember if they were included.
No. Well, this will be the first meeting between these 2 pairs. Not altogether surprising, considering what a new partnership the Koreans are. And it's been fascinating, hasn't it, Steen, over the last few months to see the Korean selections for the individual tournaments and the mixing they've been doing with the partnerships, trying out new women's doubles pairs. But one suspects this is the pair they're going to settle with for the Olympic campaign.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been mixing everything up. See if they could find some combination that works. And well, I'm not sure, but there's a lot of talent.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talent, and yeah, let's hope that they can get it together.
Yeah, I think we should quantify that a little bit more, because I mean, they've already proved that they're a world-class pair and reaching the final of Malaysia. But what Korea are searching for is that women's doubles pair that can challenge the top Chinese players for gold medals.
Korea, represented by CHANG and JUNG. Korean serve. CHANG to Vivian Kyung. Level. Right.
So the Koreans' far side of the court. This must-win situation for Korea. Yeah, that's nice placement of the smash from Kyung.
USA against Lausanne, France. Umpire, Germany. Service
Yeah, what a very, very good start from the Koreans. Steen, I know it's a pair in its infancy, the Koreans, but just talk us through their qualities. I'm a big fan of the left-hander, I have to say. I think she's got lovely skills, and I think she's got great reading of the game. But give us your thoughts on that.
Yeah, it's interesting in this match here, because actually the Malaysians, they can play.
Yeah.
And they can, you could say, due to the world ranking, they would be favorites. I don't hold them as favorites, but they can play. I think, though, that the Koreans will win on physicality. They're stronger, and as you say, Chung Yin-na reads the game really well. They haven't really got a good clue about her partner,
Jung.
Jung. Thank you.
Yeah.
Whether she's that strong, but I think in both women's and men's doubles nowadays, it's necessary to find two players that can actually create points, and I'm not sure that the balance is totally there. I feel that it's Chung who needs to create the points for the Koreans, but I might be wrong. That would be then Jung. That would be the more solid player, not making a lot of mistakes, but covering for Jung, so that she can take some rushes towards the net and go for the opportunities.
Yeah, you see, I know exactly what you're saying, because I see Zhang Ye-na. She's a highly successful mixed doubles player. She's enjoyed success with both with Yu Young Sung and with Shin Baek Chol, and I see the need to get her forward and being creative at the front of the court and dominating that front court area. So I'm understanding exactly why you say that Jung needs to be the worker, as it were.
Yeah, and I think that eventually will become a problem for them if she doesn't create enough points. She doesn't have to create more points or the same amount of points as Chang, but she needs to, when targeted, she needs to be able to not only defend herself, but also defend herself by scoring points. So you can't have the strategy of saying, okay, when we're playing Jung and Chang, we target Jung because nothing bad happens there.
Yeah. Oh, it's called wide.
Yeah.
Well, I think she thought about challenging it,
Yeah.
but it is very, very early stages.
She almost stepped in front of her partner there, Chung, in order to make the creative defensive return.
That one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
look
that's a clear sign to the opponents, to the coaches, that this is the player conducting
yeah.
the partnership.
Yeah.
Good smash placement and follow up there from Malaysian pair.
I do honestly believe that the Malaysian pair look so much better to me when they look for opportunities to attack. So often, even though they've got good defences, I think they're too content to defend. And I think that, as you said just a moment ago, they can play.
Yeah, and I think perhaps aside from one or two, and I doubt it, but aside from one or two really strong Chinese ladies doubles, you cannot win by defending anymore.
No.
Good defensive skills is mandatory in order to be competitive in ladies doubles, but you can't win that way anymore.
Yeah.
Well placed.
Yeah. Yes. I like not only the attack, but they were switching on which side they were attacking on the left-hander. Look at this. Down her backhand side, then her forehand, and that's where switching it from side to side. That's so good. That's gone long, and therefore we go to the mid-game interval. A 4-point advantage to the Koreans. Lee Kwon-won, Korean coach.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
No, it's good to see the Koreans still discussing things even after the coach has left. I was mentioning the Korean coach Lee Kyung-won, of course Olympic silver medalist in Beijing with Lee Ho-jung.
11-7.
Tragedy for her, wasn't it? Because she twisted her ankle in the opening game of that women's doubles final. And that affected her performance quite drastically. Oh, that's delightful. Look at that defence. Ooh. All out.
Service over. 8-11.
Ooh, that's well in.
I think the Malaysians have a great chance of winning this match.
10-11.
I feel they have, in some ways, a better read of the game. Playing clever right now. A little bit like the men's doubles, blocking some shots, creating good opportunities for themselves.
Well, the implications of that prediction, Steen, are immense. It's gone wide.
I mean, it's actually logic, because if we are correct that the Koreans are physically stronger,
Yeah.
then you should try to take the physicality out of the game by playing a little bit more soft. Playing with precision. Stay away from everything that's got to do with pace unless you're on top of it.
Well, 4 straight points since the mid-game interval. What does that remind you of? Men's singles. Oh. Good rally.
Oh, that's lucky for the Koreans.
Service over.
I can see the
12.
Malaysian coaches from here, and they're pointing and waving their arms, so they definitely feel that they've got something going right now.
Service over. 12 all.
She did well there.
Yeah.
Kyung,
Service over.
real commitment to that, taking that mid-court shot early. This one here. And a good awareness of where the gap was.
Service over. 13 all.
That's a good smash.
Service over. 14 30.
Well, there was a chance earlier on in that rally for the left-handed WOON Khei. I thought there was a very short lift, and she chose to play the drop shot, and I thought that's the one occasion where she should have tried to play the power smash.
We've seen the two Malaysians put a number of shots long. I wonder if there's a drift from the Malaysian side towards the Korean side, and that was why the side was chosen when the twin course was being done.
It's a very, very good return of serve.
14 15. Over. 16 14. Service over. 15, 16.
Oh, it's very good judgment.
16-0.
Drive defence goes along of the back line, and it's all level.
She's been very alert on that mid-court
Service over.
forehand side, Jung.
17, 16.
She has to be, though, really, in the sort of set play
Yeah.
from the left and right hander, because the left hander's got to look for that push down
Yeah.
her forehand side. Oh, that's good defence. Oh, brilliant. Wonderful shot from Kyung.
19, 16.
Look at that, just guiding it across court. Super play.
Please. Don't delay the game.
Don't delay the game. Play is continuous, says our umpire. Oh, there's a challenge.
Challenge, Malaysia.
It was called in. Well, it's a crucial stage of this opening game. Difficult for us to tell from that angle.
Challenge successful.
Well, I can tell you that Hawkeye has made a decision, and the decision was that the shuttle was out, so that's a very good challenge
Service over. 17, 18.
by the Malaysians.
Now we have the Korean coach on court.
Yeah, well, the problem is that the Hawkeye decision, which I am convinced was absolutely correct, was that the shuttle was long. Yes, it was out. So it's a great challenge by the Malaysians, but because somehow that didn't get transmitted through to the giant screen in the middle of the arena, way above the arena floor, I should say, but the decision was correct. All's well that ends well.
Service over. 19-70.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah. Yeah.
Service over.
Jeremy Gann and Morton Frost enjoyed that one, and so they should. Look at that. Stepping into that defence, that beautiful little touch in blocking the shuttle back to the net and following forward. That's super play. Yeah, well worked. And the Malaysians back level. Goodness me, Steve, this is all reminiscent of the men's doubles, isn't it?
But I don't know. We'll have to see who wins this, but the way I've seen the game so far, I feel the Malaysians, they ought to win this match, because the Koreans are doing the same thing over and over again. And it should be fairly easy to counter-attack their playing strategy. Well played.
Yeah, and that's a good interception. That was clearly in my opinion.
20. Rainbow. 20.
How important was that challenge? It's 16-18. They make it 17-18. Now, Malaysians game point opportunity.
That's well played.
Yeah,
There's just lethal Kyung
yeah.
from the mid-court forehand side, but from the back-court she's having trouble setting up her partner at the net. And that's what the Malaysians should be aware of.
Play.
Oh, she's missed it. So, having just saved a game point, now the Koreans have a game point opportunity themselves. Yeah, and indeed they take their opportunity. 22-20.
22-20.
Umpire confirms the scoreline. Yeah, opportunity missed. Perhaps as far as the Malaysians are concerned. Game number 1 to Korea. 25 minutes and 22-20.
제대로 뭐 짧을 거야. 바로 보기 들어야 돼 중간에.
Oh, not much instruction there from Lee Kyung-won.
No.
That's one of those mid-court shots you were talking about, Steen. Certainly a huge delight in actually securing that opening game. I hadn't realised just quite how much strapping there was on that left knee of Jang Ye-na. Is that Lee Kyung-won now shouting from the coach's seat?
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
Oh, Martin Frost using all of his allotted time.
One of the issues here might be, if we're correct about the drift, that it now is the Koreans that are playing with the drift. They should be a little bit more efficient in their attack and
Second game.
cause some more troubles for the Malaysians. And let's see if
Live.
that is indeed the case.
One off.
Now, the battle between the two left-handers coming forward.
And that's what happens all the time, that Jang Ye-na is moving forward. Whenever she's attacked, she's moving forward, and the Malaysians, they ought to know that by now. So they have to be ready on the front court whenever they've targeted Jang Ye-na in the defense.
Goodness gracious me, what on earth was that?
Service over. 2-1.
Good interception by Jung.
3-1.
Well, I think this is worrying times if you're a Malaysian fan, in all honesty, Steen.
Yeah.
I know it's only early stages of this second game, but there's signs to me.
They looked a little bit sort of surprised when they were having this game point in the first game, and I think it continues here in the second.
Yeah. Well, that will help settle them down.
Service over. 2-4.
highest in badminton terms by a country mile.
3,
Yeah.
4.
Oh, that's a good return of serve. But isn't that a favourite of a left-hander? Why do you serve to the tee there?
I can't understand it. Can't understand it. And she's a left-hander herself, so she'll
Yeah.
have huge problems covering that shot. Look how short they're playing now.
Yeah.
The Malaysians in their defense.
6, 3.
And that's purely down to the drift that you were talking about?
I think so. I think so. And of course, if you're a singles player, you don't want to play with the drift because it's hard to control the clears and the accurate shots to the baseline. But in women's doubles, you have a bigger chance of killing your attack when you're playing with the drift. So actually, that could be the good side.
Yeah. No, I think that's disappointment more than anything.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was wide. I'm sure it was a good call by the line judge.
And the Malaysians can't really find the right line between attacking too much and being too defensive minded at the moment. That was a good shot from
Service over. 4, 7.
Vivian.
No, you see, it's little errors like that that bother me. Those are the sort of signs that I'm picking up on that sort of says to me that they don't either have the belief or well, probably don't have the belief.
And we don't see the Koreans make that many of those mistakes. There was another one.
Yeah.
9, 4.
Could also be that sometimes you want to say a little bit too much. If you have a lot of things that you want the players to do, then sometimes you say more than the players are capable of using, and that could also be the case that they're simply confused right now.
Yeah.
10,
But,
4.
things are slipping away from the two Malaysian girls.
Yeah, to the mid-game interval
11,
with
4.
a 7-point advantage. The Koreans looking very good at the moment to take this women's doubles.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
I suppose this is a part of where when either you as a coach start coaching new players or whether players start experiencing you as the coach, it takes a little bit of time to get used to each other's style and to get to know what that individual player wants.
Yeah. And how much can you actually convey to the players within this short time interval that you've got?
11-4. Play.
Oh, that's lovely. That is just delightful. Yeah.
12-4.
Rubbing her hands in glee there, Lee Kyung-won.
Excellent play.
Yeah.
First the defense where she moves to the net, Jung in exactly the right solution.
13.
A flat defense, not try to lift it high.
Out.
Oh, low serve is short of the mark.
Service over. 5-13.
Yeah, got deflected by the net cord. Took some of the pace off the serve.
There was that service return again, this time by
5.
the right-handed Jung, but still a very, very good shot.
Yeah,
15.
10-point advantage now. I can only see one outcome in this women's doubles.
Play. Service over. 6-15. Service over. 16-6.
Oh, it wasn't the best of serves and it wasn't punished.